the wind howling in your ears, the ground trembling beneath your feet. Stress is everywhere. Your inbox is exploding, your boss is breathing down your neck, and your Wi-Fi just crapped out right before that Zoom call. What do? Do you crumble, or do you rise? Now, what if I told you that some of history's greatest minds, emperors, philosophers, even gladiators, would look at your chaos and say, "This is your moment to shine"? Welcome to the ancient art of Stoicism, a philosophy so powerful it can transform your stress into strength, your struggles into superpowers. But here's the catch. This isn't some fluffy self-help buzzword. This is raw, real, and requires grit. Are you ready to unlock the secrets of the Stoics and become the hero of your own story? Hit that like button if you're in, and let's dive into a journey that could change your life, starting right now. Okay, confession time. How many of you have spent an entire day obsessing over something dumb you said at a party 5 years ago, or stressing about a meeting that's not even happening until next month? Yeah, me too. Our brains are time machines, constantly teleporting us to the past or the future, anywhere but here. But here's the kicker. The Stoics, these ancient badasses, figured out that the only place you have real power is right here, right now. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor who ruled an empire while dodging plagues and wars, wrote in his diary, yeah, the guy had a diary. Confine yourself to the present. Sounds simple, right? But in our 5G notification-crazed world, it's borderline revolutionary. So why does this matter? Because every second you waste worrying about what's next or what's behind is a second you're not living. Think about it. If Spider-Man spent all his time stressing about Uncle Ben instead of swinging through New York, would he be a hero? Nope. The Stoics knew that the present is your superpower, your web slinger, your shield. But how do you harness it? Stick around, because I'm about to drop a 2,000-year-old hack that'll blow your mind. And it starts with your morning coffee. Here's your first Stoic challenge. Call it your Avengers-level mission for the day. Tomorrow morning, when you grab your coffee, don't just chug it while doom-scrolling Instagram. Stop. Feel the warmth of the mug in your hands. Smell the aroma. Listen to the sounds around you, the hum of your fridge, the chirp of a bird, or even the chaos of your kids fighting over the last Pop-Tart. For 5 minutes, just be in that moment. This is mindfulness. Stoic style, and it's not woo-woo. It's warrior training. By anchoring yourself in the now, you're building a mental fortress that no stress can crack. And here's the fun part. I want you to try this every day for a week. Then come back to the comments and tell me, did it change how you handle stress? Did it make you feel like Iron Man facing Thanos? Cool and collected. Hit that subscribe button if you're ready to take on this challenge. Because trust me, this is just the beginning. Now, let's talk about change. Change is the ultimate villain in our personal superhero saga, right? Your favorite coffee shop closes, your job switches to remote, or, God forbid, your Netflix subscription hikes up again. Most of us fight change like it's a Marvel supervillain, but the Stoics? They saw change as their trusty sidekick. Marcus Aurelius, the guy who literally had to deal with barbarian invasions and a plague that would make COVID look like a mild cold, said, accept the things to which fate binds you and love the people with whom fate brings you together, but do so with all your heart. Love change. Really? Yeah, really. Here's the secret. Change isn't the enemy. It's the gym where your soul gets ripped. Think of it like a cosmic CrossFit session. Every disruption, every detour, is a chance to grow stronger, wiser, more unbreakable. But how do you actually do this? Here's a trick. Next time life throws you a curveball, like, say, your morning commute gets rerouted. Don't curse the traffic gods. Instead, pop in a podcast, notice the new scenery, or use the extra time to plan your day. Small changes train you for the big ones. Job losses, breakups, even global pandemics. Want to take it up a notch? Imagine yourself a year from now having embraced every change life threw at you. Picture the resilience, the wisdom, the sheer badassery you'd have. Now, drop a comment below. What's one change you're facing right now, and how can you turn it into your superpower? Let's crowdsource some Stoic wisdom. Okay, let's get real for a second. How many times have you let your emotions hijack your day? You get a snarky email, and suddenly you're fuming, ready to fire off a reply that'd make a sailor blush. Or maybe you're scrolling X, formerly Twitter, and some rando's hot take sends you into a spiral. We've all been there. But here's where the Stoics drop a truth bomb so big, it could level a city. Your emotions? They're not the boss of you. You are. Seneca, the Stoic philosopher who basically invented the art of staying chill, said, "The greatest obstacle to living is expectancy, which hangs upon tomorrow and loses today. The whole future lies in uncertainty. Live immediately." Translation: stop letting your emotions drag you into the future or the past. Build an inner fortress of calm, and watch life's storms bounce off you like bullets off Superman. But how do you actually build this fortress? Let's break it down with some Stoic ninja moves. First up, cognitive distancing. When you feel rage, sadness, or anxiety bubbling up, imagine you're a scientist studying someone else's emotions. Step back and say, interesting. Anger is happening. This tiny mental trick creates space between you and the emotion, giving you the power to choose your next move. Next, challenge your irrational beliefs. Ever catch yourself thinking, "This is the worst day of my life," because your Uber Eats order got delayed? Yeah, that's your brain being extra. Ask yourself, is this really the worst thing that could happen? Or am I just being dramatic? Replace that thought with, "Okay, this sucks, but it's a chance to practice patience." Boom, you just flipped the script. And here's a wild one: voluntary discomfort. The Stoics loved this. Try taking a cold shower. Yes, I'm serious. Or skip your afternoon snack. Why? Because when you willingly face discomfort, you're training your brain to handle real adversity without flipping out. It's like Batman training in the Batcave, preparing for the Joker's next move. Now, here's your challenge. Pick one of these Stoic ninja moves and try it today. Then, come back to the comments and tell me, did you feel like a Jedi mastering the Force? Or did you crash and burn? Either way, you're learning. And that's the whole game. Let's talk about mindfulness. But not the yoga retreat essential oils version. This is Stoic mindfulness. Gritty, practical, and built for the chaos of modern life. Start with something simple. Breathing. Next time you're stressed, say your coworker just stole your idea in a meeting. Take 5 deep breaths. Focus on the air moving in and out, like you're the conductor of your own emotional orchestra. This isn't just calming. It's rewiring your brain to stay present, not reactive. And here's another gem: journaling. The Stoics were obsessed with this. Marcus Aurelius's Meditations. Basically, his journal of Stoic smackdowns on his own mind. Every night, grab a notebook or your notes app, no judgment, and write down your toughest moment of the day. What happened? How did you react? Did you act like a Stoic sage or a TikTok drama queen? Then ask yourself, what would Marcus do? Reflect on how you can align your actions with virtues like wisdom, courage, and patience. Want to go deeper? Try the view from above. Imagine zooming out of your life, like you're Google Earthing your own existence. See your problems as tiny specks in the vastness of the universe. That spilled coffee, that argument with your roommate, they're nothing compared to the cosmic dance of stars and galaxies. This trick, straight from Marcus Aurelius, shrinks your stress and boosts your calm. Let's look at a real-life Stoic superhero, Marcus Aurelius himself. During his reign, the Roman Empire got hit with the Antonine Plague. Think Black Death level bad. Millions died, the economy tanked, and his army was decimated. Most people would have lost it. But Marcus, he wrote, "Be like the promontory against which the waves continually break, but it stands firm and tames the fury of the water around it." This guy was the OG of emotional resilience, staying steady while the world burned. What's your modern-day plague? Work stress? Family drama? Social media trolls? Channel Marcus and stand firm. Here's another Stoic legend. Seneca, the philosopher who got exiled to Corsica, basically the Roman Empire's version of being sent to time out on a deserted island. 8 years of isolation, disgrace, and disconnection from his high-flying life in Rome. Most of us would have spiraled into a Netflix binge of despair, but Seneca? He turned his exile into a philosophical goldmine, writing works that are still studied today. He said, "I am not suffering because I am not a wretch, nor does any man suffer except by his own fault. Our perturbations come only from the opinion which is within us." Translation: your suffering isn't caused by what happens. It's caused by how you see it. Seneca turned his island prison into a dojo of wisdom. What's your exile? Maybe a dead-end job, a toxic relationship, or just 2023 in general. How can you turn it into your dojo? Now, let's talk about self-control, because if emotions are kryptonite, self-control is your Superman cape. The Stoics saw self-control not just as a nice-to-have, but as the key to freedom. Epictetus, another Stoic rock star, said, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control." Think about that. Freedom isn't about having $1 million or a yacht. It's about owning your reactions, your choices, your mind. But let's be real, self-control is hard. You're at the drive-thru, and that milkshake is calling your name, even though you swore off sugar, or someone cuts you off in traffic, and your inner Hulk wants to smash. How do you tame the beast? Here's a Stoic hack. Start your day with intention. Before you even get out of bed, decide, today, I'm going to act with patience, courage, and wisdom. It's like setting your GPS for virtue. Next, delay gratification. Try waiting 5 extra minutes before eating lunch, or hold off on watching that next episode of Stranger Things until you finish one important task. These tiny acts of restraint are like push-ups for your willpower. Over time, they make you a self-control ninja, ready to face any temptation or tantrum. And here's a pro tip. Pause before you react. Next time you're about to snap, whether it's at your boss, your spouse, or that Karen in the grocery store, take a deep breath and count to 10. This isn't just about calming down. It's about choosing your response like a Stoic general choosing his battle strategy. Want to level up? Try voluntary discomfort. Yep, the cold shower trick again. Or maybe fasting for a day. It's not about suffering for fun. It's about proving to yourself that you're tougher than your impulses. Think of it like Rocky training in the Siberian wilderness. Every discomfort makes you stronger. Now, reflect on your day. Every night, ask yourself, where did I nail self-control? And where did I slip? Maybe you stayed calm during a work crisis but lost it when your Wi-Fi dropped. That's okay. Every slip is a lesson. Write it down. Learn from it, and get better. Let's look at a Stoic self-control legend, Seneca, again. This guy lived in the heart of Roman decadence. Think Wall Street excess meets Game of Thrones intrigue. Yet, he wrote letters to his buddy Lucilius, preaching balance, simplicity, and restraint. He didn't just talk the talk, he walked the walk, even when exile and political backstabbing threatened to break him. What's your modern-day Rome? Maybe social media, consumerism, or drama. How can you channel Seneca's restraint to rise above it? Okay, let's talk about acceptance, but not the whatever man kind of acceptance. This is Stoic acceptance. Deep, powerful, and game-changing. The Stoics believed everything happens for a reason. Guided by the Logos, the rational order of the universe. Epictetus said, "Make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens." Translation: focus on what you can control, your actions, your attitudes, and let go of the rest. But here's the twist. Stoic acceptance isn't about giving up. It's about leveling up. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What can this teach me?" That flat tire on your way to work, it's a chance to practice patience. That rejection email from your dream job, it's a chance to practice resilience. Every challenge is a Stoic gym, sculpting your character into something unbreakable. Here's a hack to master acceptance. Every morning, set an intention to embrace whatever comes your way. Tell yourself, "Today, I'll accept interruptions, delays, and curveballs with grace." It's like putting on mental armor before you step into the battlefield of life. And here's another trick. Gratitude, but Stoic style. Every day, write down 3 things that happened, good or bad, and why you're grateful for them. Maybe your flight got delayed, but it gave you time to finish that audiobook. Maybe your kid spilled juice on your laptop, but it taught you to stay calm under pressure. This isn't about toxic positivity. It's about finding the gold in the grit. Want to go deeper? Try meditation, but not the kind. Stoic meditation. Sit quietly and imagine the worst-case scenario. Your boss yells at you, your car breaks down, your TikTok goes viral for the wrong reasons. Now, imagine accepting it all with calm. Even gratitude. This isn't about being a doormat. It's about being a rock, unshaken by life's storms. Let's look at Marcus Aurelius again. This guy used a trick called the view from above to stay chill. He'd imagine zooming out of his life, seeing the Roman Empire as a tiny speck in the universe, his problems as dust in the cosmic wind. Next time you're stressed, try it. Zoom out and see your drama as a blip in the grand scheme. It's like putting on cosmic sunglasses. Everything looks smaller, less scary. And Seneca, he believed adversity wasn't just something to endure. It was the whole game. He wrote, "Fire tests gold. Adversity tests the strong." Think about that. Your struggles aren't obstacles. They're the forge where your greatness is hammered out. What's your fire right now? Maybe a toxic coworker, a health scare, or just the chaos of 2023. How can you embrace it as your forge? Now, let's talk about emotional agility. Because if self-control is your Superman cape, emotional agility is your spider sense. Always alert, always adapting. Emotional agility is about feeling your feelings without letting them drive the car. You're the driver, they're just passengers. Here's how to master it. First, observe your emotions like a detective. Next time you're pissed, say your roommate ate your leftovers, don't just explode. Pause and think, anger is here, why? This tiny pause is your superpower, giving you the space to choose your response. Next, reframe your emotions. Instead of thinking, "I'm so mad, they're the worst," try, "This is a chance to practice patience and understanding." It's like flipping a mental switch, turning rage into growth. And here's a wild one. Face small adversities on purpose. Take that cold shower, skip your morning coffee, or, gasp, turn off your phone for an hour. These mini challenges train your brain to stay cool under pressure. So, when real adversity hits, you're ready. Every night, reflect on your emotional wins and losses. Did you stay calm when your boss snapped at you? Or did you lose it when your Wi-Fi dropped? Write it down, analyze it, and plan how to do better tomorrow. This isn't about perfection. It's about progress. And here's a pro tip. Meditate on your emotions. Sit quietly and imagine your feelings as waves in the ocean, coming, going, but never staying. This Stoic meditation helps you see emotions as temporary, not defining. You're not your anger, your anxiety, or your sadness. You're the ocean, vast and unshakable. Let's look at Marcus Aurelius again. This guy faced betrayal, war, and plague. Yet he wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." That's emotional agility in a nutshell. Owning your mind, not your circumstances. What's your modern-day war? Maybe a toxic boss, a family feud, or just the internet. How can you channel Marcus's agility to rise above it? And Epictetus. This guy was born a slave, yet he taught, there is only one way to happiness, and that is to cease worrying about things which are beyond the power of our will. Think about that. Happiness isn't about controlling the world. It's about controlling your reactions. What's beyond your control right now? Maybe the weather, the economy, or your ex's Instagram. How can you let go and focus on what you can control? Now, let's talk about detachment. But not the I don't care kind. This is Stoic detachment. Caring deeply, but not letting your emotions hijack your decisions. Epictetus said, "Men are disturbed not by things, but by the view which they take of them." Translation: your stress, your rage, your despair, they're not caused by what happens but by how you see it. Here's how to master detachment. First, observe situations like a scientist. Next time your coworker throws you under the bus, don't just react. Step back and think, what are the facts here? They said X, I did Y. No emotions, just data. This mental trick strips away the drama and lets you choose your response like a Stoic chess master. Next, create mental space. When you feel strong emotions, remind yourself, this is temporary. This doesn't define me. It's like putting your feelings in a timeout chair. They're there, but they don't get to run the show. And here's a pro tip. Ask, what would someone I admire do? Maybe it's Marcus Aurelius. Maybe it's Beyoncé. Pick your hero. This question pulls you out of your emotional spiral and into a place of virtue and reason. Want to go deeper? Try letting go of outcomes. Next time you're working on a big project, say a YouTube video or a work presentation, focus on the effort, not the result. You can't control likes, views, or promotions, but you can control your work ethic, your creativity, your grit. This Stoic hack frees you from stress and boosts your performance. And here's a challenge. Before you react to anything today, whether it's a rude email or a spilled latte, take a deep breath and count to 10. This tiny pause is your detachment superpower, giving you the space to choose wisdom over chaos. Every night, reflect on your detachment wins and losses. Write down moments where you stayed cool under pressure, and moments where you got swept away by emotions. Then, ask, how could I have detached here? This isn't about beating yourself up. It's about building yourself up, brick by Stoic brick. Let's look at Marcus Aurelius again. This guy faced betrayal, war, and plague. Yet he wrote, if you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. And this you have the power to revoke at any moment. That's detachment in action. caring about his empire but not letting his emotions cloud his judgment. What's your modern-day distress? Maybe a toxic coworker, a bad date, or just the internet. How can you channel Marcus's detachment to stay cool? And Seneca? This guy lived in the heart of Roman decadence, yet he wrote, "You must reflect that it is not the things themselves that disturb us, but our opinions about them." Think about that. Your stress isn't caused by your circumstances. It's caused by your story about them. What's your story right now? Maybe I'm a failure because I got rejected, or I'm doomed because my Wi-Fi dropped. How can you rewrite that story with detachment, turning stress into strength? Now, let's talk about amor fati, Latin for love of fate. This is Stoic acceptance on steroids, and it's a game changer. Amor fati isn't just about accepting what happens. It's about loving it, embracing it, even the ugly stuff. Friedrich Nietzsche, who was obsessed with Stoicism, said, "My formula for greatness in a human being is amor fati." That one wants nothing to be different. Not forward, not backward, not in all eternity. Translation: love your life, all of it. The wins, the losses, the spilled lattes, the pandemics. Here's the secret. Amor fati turns challenges into gifts. That flat tire, it's a gift of patience. That rejection email, it's a gift of resilience. Every hardship is a brushstroke in the masterpiece of your life. But how do you actually do this? Here's a hack. Reframe your challenges. Next time something sucks, say your flight gets delayed. Don't curse the airline gods. Instead, think, this is a gift of time, a chance to read, reflect, or just breathe. And here's another trick. Gratitude, but amor fati style. Every day, write down 3 things that happened, good or bad, and why you love them. Maybe your boss chewed you out, but you love it because it taught you to stay calm under pressure. Maybe your kid broke your favorite mug, but you love it because it reminded you what really matters. This isn't about faking positivity. It's about embracing reality, raw and real. Want to go deeper? Try visualization. Imagine your life as a movie, and every challenge, every plot twist is essential to the story. Without the villains, the hero's journey is boring, right? So, love the villains, love the plot twists, love the chaos. This Stoic hack turns stress into excitement, fear into adventure. And here's a pro tip. Meditate on impermanence. Sit quietly and imagine everything you love. Your job, your relationships, your Wi-Fi, disappearing. Now imagine loving it all anyway. Because it's temporary, fleeting, and beautiful. This Stoic meditation helps you embrace the transient nature of life, turning fear into freedom. Let's look at Marcus Aurelius again. This guy faced betrayal, war, and plague. Yet he wrote, "What need is there to weep over parts of life? The whole of it calls for tears." Translation: love it all, because it's all part of the cosmic dance. What's your modern-day dance? Maybe a toxic coworker, a health scare, or just the chaos of 2023. How can you love it, not just endure it? And Epictetus. This guy was born a slave, yet he taught, there is only one way to happiness, and that is to cease worrying about things which are beyond the power of our will. Think about that. Happiness isn't about controlling the world. It's about loving your fate, no matter what. What's beyond your control right now? Maybe the weather, the economy, or your ex's Instagram. How can you love it? Embrace it. Make it yours. Now, let's talk about perseverance. Because if amor fati is about loving your fate, perseverance is about fighting for it. The Stoics saw perseverance not just as enduring, but as thriving, pushing forward no matter the odds, no matter the obstacles. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action." What stands in the way becomes the way. Translation: every obstacle is a stepping stone, every challenge a chance to grow.